Hi, welcome to a library tutorial on using and accessing ebooks. Ebooks can be a little complicated. They mostly because they show up in different areas unexpected. Sometimes they can be found within a database, but they can also be found in our library catalog, just as you would look for print books. And that's the example we're going to give right now is how would you find if we own an ebook using the library catalog. And so you'll start a course at the library homepage, and from here you'll click on TUC Catalog, just as you look for a print book. Let's scroll over here, and so you can see there's different ways to search. The default is keyword, and a keyword search is, if you have a topic that you're interested in, you have some ideas of what you want to look for. If you know an author's name, you can throw that in there as well to focus it. Author, of course, it's better if you have a specific author, somebody in mind that there's somebody whose work you're following, or you have a citation that gives you that precise information. Title, of course, is if you have an exact title of a book. So in this case, we have two pieces of information. We do have the author's name. So in this case, I want to look for an author named McKenna, and you can see I've looked for him before. And we also know that the book is about nursing. This is helpful if you want to see if there's multiple iterations of this. You could also have done just an author search on McKenna, but it's nice to just do a keyword search. So I'm going to click search, and what comes up is actually just one record matches our search. So there's just one book within the Turo library system that matches both McKenna and nursing. So that makes it easy. The record could be a little misleading. You can see, oh, okay, well, the book's available. Okay, so where is it? There's a call number, which seems to indicate it's in an actual place. But what we're actually looking for is a couple other clues. I mean, right here in the center, I hope you've seen that it says connect to ebook. So that's going to be your big clue right there. But other small details will be the locations of electronic books. There's a little EB at the end of the call number. But hopefully this jumped out right at you. So to access this, we'll just, as you can guess, click here. And when we click here, this actually takes us to the book itself. Here's what the book jacket looks like, so that kind of confirms for us that that might be just the book we're looking for. And then there's some other information that can be helpful for you. So we're in a product called eBrary, and the only way you could probably really tell from the screen that you're in eBrary is this little icon right here. They have their own reader. But I want to tell you a couple other things about eBrary because it has some tricks. It's very useful. It's wonderful. You can access these materials off campus, but there are some things to know. One thing is that you can see this is a limited user title. So if somebody else has this book out, you might get a message saying, sorry, there are no copies available. The other thing you can do within here is, in a sense, browse it like a book. So these tools up here, if you want to just go page by page by page, you can certainly do that. And here's your table of contents, for example. So if you want to jump ahead and go to, say you're really interested about the relationship between theory and research. This might be just the chapter you want to read. So you can also jump ahead to that. The other thing that you can do is search the document, and I really want to point this out. This is something I find somewhat confusing with an eBrary, or at least misleading. So you see this big friendly search box up here. How wonderful. Great. I can type in management and click search. Okay, I can. However, if you do that, that's going to actually search the entire eBrary system, not the individual book. It can be very confusing. If you just want to search where management comes up in this document, you actually do have to come down here. And if you think about it, this puts you in the frame of the book. Everything here and below, you're in the book. Everything up above, you're kind of in eBrary. You're kind of in that shopping all over the bookstore. Here, you're just flipping through the book. So if you wanted to search management here, and you can see I've done that before, and search document, hopefully it should come up to where management shows up in the book. And where you can look for that is using this little magnifying glass up here. And it even tells you, look for your next search result. Okay, so in the introduction, okay, the word management pops up. Okay, page 82, looks like there's a citation, the word management came up. Great, so you kind of get a general idea in the next page, we're up to page 113, where they're really talking about management. within this text. So it can be extremely helpful. Some other features, this looks like a really handy list right here, for example. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit. Say I want to highlight this. Well, the highlighting feature is like you can see up here, annotate the selected text. Uh-oh. And you get this message. See, I always do that. Please select some text before trying to annotate. Okay. So let's say I want to keep this list. Keep this list here. I'm just going to highlight it. Click highlight. And then you get this screen. This is really important. To highlight, you have to sign in. And this is with some of our resources. And they always put the important details, I feel like, in fine print. New to eBrary, you can create an account for free. Okay, so we are, let's say, new users. What we'll do is go ahead and create an account. And this isn't necessarily, your library username and barcode number. This is, you create your own account within eBrary. This becomes your personal space. And so what it does is takes you to this create a new account screen. You'll just put in your first name, your last name, your email address. I would suggest using your tu.edu email address. And please note your email address does become your username. Very important. And then password, confirm password, and accept. So actually, I haven't created an eBrary account for myself yet here. So I'm going to go ahead and put in my information. I have to admit, some people don't like when it remembers you. I think it's handy. Oh, maybe. And there I am. Password. Let's see. What should your password be? Something you remember. That's what I always suggest. That's definitely that. Now I'll go ahead and accept the create terms and conditions. Great. Let's not do that now. Great, my account's been created, so now I can see that I can now download, highlight, annotate, and set default citation style and save to your bookshelf. Continue. Great. So I'm currently in preview mode, which allows me some front matter, back matter. Oh, okay. Here's our message. All available copies are currently in use. I'm glad we ran into this. That means somebody else is using this book, so I'm kind of stuck on what I can use here. Let's go ahead and click OK. And so now I'll have to come back at some point to access some more materials. So I hope this was a kind of a quick overview of eBrary, at least how to access. We'll go back and look through some more of these pitfalls and see how you can actually get to content. But hopefully this gives you some ideas of what you might encounter. And so with the other thing you always want to finally do, you can see I'm signed in. I'll want to go ahead and sign out. Okay, thanks for listening. And of course, please always ask a librarian if you have questions. Thanks so much.